Hello everyone, welcome to the session. Today we will see how to route the message dynamically using dynamic send port, and we will also see how to use roles and links in BizTalk orchestration process. Let us create a BizTalk project. I'll name the project as BizTalk DJ dynamic routing and roles and links. I would specify the SNK and I will specify the application name for the deployment and sign in the assembly. Let me add an existing schema to the project. So here is our source message, and we would be receiving a event notification from a system, and it will have a destination system. So based on the destination system value, we will try to route the message. I would promote the destination system as a distinguished property. Let me create a simple orchestration process. Where we would be receiving a message based on the destination system value in the event notification. We would route the message dynamically to the target system. I would create a logical receive port where we would be receiving the event notification message. In the orchestration view, I would create a message and configure the message type as event notification. On the receive shape, I would assign the message and then set the activate property to true and map the logical receive port to the receive shape. Let me create a string variable where we will read the value from the distinguish property and assign it to this variable. I will name it as destination system. And it would be of string type. I will bring in an expression shape. Let me create a dynamic send port. We would be using a one-way dynamic send port. And I will choose the direction of communication as will be always sending the message on this port, and port binding I will select dynamic. So now we have created a dynamic send port. I bring in a send shape and configure the message on the send shape and map the send shape to the dynamic send port. So now we have created a dynamic send port. So in our code, we have to dynamically create the endpoint configuration and assign it to the send port. So on the expression shape, I would assign the endpoint configuration to the dynamic send port. In shape, we can see how to assign the endpoint configuration on a dynamic send port. So we will use our dynamic send port name, and then we will assign our transport type and address. Transport type will be the adapter type that we would be using. It will be file, and address will be the folder directory that we would have to route our message. Let me create a variable called route folder. So here is a simple logic to create a directory on the runtime. So let us try to build the application. This error is because I have to set the dynamic send port address first and then set the transport type. Let me build the application again, and build succeeded. Based on the data available on the destination system value on the event notification, we will try to route the message. If the destination system value is A, then we will route the message to a directory. If it is B, we will route the message to B directory. If it is not of these two, then we will route it to an archive directory. As you see, like we will try to create the directory during the runtime, and we have set the address and transport type to the dynamic send port. Now let us build and deploy the application and configure the receive port and start the orchestration. I have already created a receive port called dynamic routing and roles link dot port and created a receive location, and we would be receiving the event notification message on this directory. And once you deploy the orchestration, you can see on the send port, a dynamic send port got created automatically.
and here you can see like it doesn't have any configuration settings that we can set on the normal send port. If you see a normal file adapter send port, you can choose the adapter type and configure your receive location, and it runs on this specific host instance. Now let us try to configure the orchestration, and by default dynamic send port would have got bound to a dynamic send port, and we will bind the receive location and configure the host for the orchestration, and we will start the orchestration. Now let me create a sample message. And here you can see I have configured my out location to be created on the C directory. I don't have any directories named as A, B or archive. Now let us process a message with destination system as A. Message got picked up, and we will see if there are any suspended instances, and we will go to the C directory, and you can see in C directory A directory was created. In C as you can see A directory was created, and inside a subfolder was created based on date timestamp, and here we can see our message which was processed by our orchestration. Let us process one more message with destination system as B. And as you can see, B directory was created and message was routed to the destination system. Let us process by providing an invalid destination system in the event notification, and as it did not match the destination system A and B, archive directory was created and message was routed to the archive directory. The disadvantage of this dynamic send port is like if we have to set any properties, then we have to make a code change, and then we have to redeploy our orchestration process. So to overcome this, we can use roles and links concept, which will help us to route the message dynamically through a static send port, and we can make any changes to the send port properties by leveraging the roles and links concept. Now let us try to achieve the same dynamic routing using roles and links. Let me delete the dynamic send port. Let us create a new role link, and we will configure the role link as route loan link, as we are going to use this role link type for routing the message based on the destination system. I would create a new role link type, and I will choose a consumer role. And on the provider, I would add a port type. I'll create a new port type which will be used for sending the message to the destination system based on the destination system received in the event notification. Let me bring in a send shape and configure the send shape to be sending the message of event notification type, and I would map the send shape to the route role link send port type. Now once we receive the message, we have to initialize the role link with the destination party. We would initialize the role link destination party with the destination system value we receive on the event notification message. Now let us try to build and deploy the solution. And we would need to create send ports and associate those send ports to the party. Let me go to the admin console, and here you can see on the admin console we have parties. Let us create a new party, and I would name the party name as A party. So once the party is created, we can associate the send port that it has to use, which would in turn route the message to the destination system. Let me create a send port. As you can see here, I have created two send ports which will route the message to destination A and destination B. So these send ports I would associate it to the respective party. Now let us bind the roles and links to our business process. I'll go to configure and then select the parties that we are going to use and bind the parties to the send port. I will restart the host instance and process the message. Now let us try to process the message. And we will provide the destination system as party A-party, which is nothing but the party name that we configured. Message got picked up. And as you can see here, message was processed successfully and routed to the A directory. Similarly, we will process one more message with destination type as B-party. And message was successfully processed to the B directory. Roles and links allows you to route the messages dynamically just by creating parties and associating the send ports to it. Thus, it helps us to have static ports which allows us to set the configurations. Whereas dynamic send port doesn't allow you to change the configurations after deployment. Today we have seen how to route the messages dynamically using dynamic send port or by using roles and links in BizTalk orchestration. Thanks for watching the video.